In order to gain traction and gain ground in the National Hockey League and move up the standings, a team needs to learn how to win games and to sustain that success. The Edmonton Oilers won 2 games or more 8 times last season, their longest streak being 3 games, which they did twice. By comparison, the Western Conference's top regular season team in 2013-14, the Anaheim Ducks, won 2 or more games in a row 10 times, but sustained streaks that included 10, 8, and 7 straight wins. Just 2 of their streaks were 2 games long before finishing with a 54, 22, and 6 record. The Oilers, who finished 2013-14 with a 29-44, 6-3 record, didn't show the right stuff, leading to a 28th place overall finish in the 30-team NHL.
We've all watched the Oilers long enough to know that they often win a game and get very high, and then they don't win the next game. They have a tough time putting a winning streak together, and the only way average to bad teams can pick up ground is if suddenly they win 5 in a row or 6 in a row, and then they get into the fight again. And if you win one game, you know, you lose in the shootout the next game, you lose the next game, then you win a game. Well, that's no good. You gotta, and I don't know if the Oilers have that in them yet. It remains to be seen. We certainly didn't see it much last year, where they, you know, would suddenly win 5 games in a row and get back into it. But
I think they even, their longest streak, they had 2 3-gamers, and maybe did they even get to 4 games last year? They did not. I think they had 2 3-gamers.
So you can't pick up any ground in this National Hockey League by winning 8 out of 10 games. Never mind, you know, win a game, lose a game, win a game, lose a game. The best thing that would happen to the Oilers is they keep winning a lot of close games. Win 3-2, 3-2, 2-1, 3-2, and then you start to figure you can win the close games. Sometimes you win the game handily and you think you're better than you are, and then you backslide. I think you play better when the other team plays hard. You win a 3-2 or 4-3 game. You realize, okay, we won a close game. We can win a close game now against a good team.
And closing out those games, last year there was too many times where they would have the lead and let it go, or they would storm back after being down 2 or 3 goals. So Maddie's right. I think they have to learn how to win, essentially, and that killer instinct, which they've sort of not shown either. The very rare times they do get up, they've never sort of, last season in particular, didn't show any way that they could actually even sort of
There's two key.
Through.
Sorry, Joanne. There's 2 key elements to me. One, that goaltending has to be very good and consistent, and the other thing is that last night the best players led the way. They've got to do it the next game and the next game and the next game. And that's where that's what McTavish talked about in the off season. Can these players be great players? And the difference is the great player brings it every time, every night, and you see it usually from a Stamkos, or you see it from any of the other, Sidney Crosby. The great players, they may not win the game, but every night they're bringing it, and this is what they need to do, both for their own credibility as players, but if they're not leading that team, nobody's leading that team.